Hello, this is MrBeast. I've been hearing a lot about MrBeast controversy, accusation made by National Institute of Anthropology and History, represented by Claudia Curiel, Minister Secretary of Culture in Mexico. The President Claudia Sheinbaum also commented on the situation. They are claiming that this has been a breaking of the contract between MrBeast production company, Fun Circuit Media, use of their permits, and concerning the way MrBeast produced his YouTube video about the pyramids of Chichen Itza in Yucatan and Calakmul in Campeche. The Federal Minister of Culture, Claudia Curiel, who oversees the National Institute of Anthropology, which is responsible for 194 cultural heritage sites in Mexico. She said, "We disapprove of any commercial pursuit that distorts the value of our archaeological sites, which are the legacy of our indigenous culture and the pride of our nation." Reading about this controversy, I have some questions and perspectives that maybe you haven't heard yet. Questions and opinions of the descendants of the builders, the Maya people who exist today. My question number 1. Who has control of the Maya people's culture heritage? Presently, the National Institute of Anthropology controls maintenance and has legal rights to most Mayan sites. They issue permits for different activities at the sites, from charging for filming permits. Example: cell phones, tablets, camera non-professional cost $60. Professional filming permits like MrBeast contract are negotiated and paid to INA. Even parking at this site has a price, $30 to $200 depending on the vehicle. Presently, the Maya community is not officially involved in the decision of how their cultural heritage sites are used or profited from. Are the Maya included in the profitable tourism industry based around these sites in Mexico? We are not included in the sharing or profits coming from these existing revenues. Some may say the profits from these fees and permits go to take care and maintain the sites, but this does not take into account the much greater overall benefits and profits of the tourist industry in Mexico. These ancient sites attract thousands of people every year and have huge contribution of the culture of modern day of Mexico. When it comes to work opportunities at these sites, there is no program currently that guarantees our involvement either by employment or consultation. Considering the high rate of unemployment in our communities, this would be a huge benefit to us. Do indigenous people have the right to access the cultural heritage in Mexico? That's a good question. Before 2024, Maya people did not have free access to these sites. We had to pay like everybody else. Considering that many Maya communities are low income, this makes most of the sites inaccessible to them. For example, my parents have never been to this site nearest to their village, as they don't have extra cash to spend on visiting these places. I'm happy to see the change from last year. I hope that future generations will have more access or be able to enjoy our ancestors' work more than before. What does the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People say about indigenous rights concerning cultures and heritage sites? The United Nations Declaration says the following. Article 11, number 1. Indigenous people have the right to practice and revitalize the cultural tradition and customs. This includes the right to maintain, protect, and develop the past, present, and future manifestation of their culture, such as archaeological and historical sites, artifacts, designs, ceremonies, technologies, and visual and performing arts and literature. Number 2, states shall provide redress through effective mechanism, which may include restitution, developed in conjunction with indigenous people with respect to the cultural, intellectual, religious, and spiritual property taken without their free, prior, and informed consent or in violation of their laws, tradition, and custom. I have seen some small positive changes in Mexico concerning our rights. It's also obvious that historically and presently many of these rights of these states are not respected. Part of this situation is that our communities aren't always aware of these rights, but this is part of my agenda, is to help us. Having said this, the next time MrBeast and his production company want to film an archaeological heritage site, from a technical point of view, they should request permission for the local ancestor of the Mayas. For example, my community is connected to the Palenque pyramids. I would be happy to introduce you to the leader of our communities, who I personally know. I'm sure it would be a good content, and the best part is you may even get some delicious homemade traditional Mayan chicken soup. Thank you for watching this video. See you soon.